God, dude.
Who we getting into, Justin? You know these people. I don't show up to this. CV CiscoKid up against Cosmos. Now, this is going to be great practice for Cosmos. Cosmos, of course, being the second seed at tonight's tournament, right behind Hyuga. And Hyuga, of course, best Toon Link player in the world. So Cosmos is going to need all the Toon Link practice he could possibly get.
Cosmos is definitely going to be one of those people that a lot of people are going to pick for their top 10s when it comes to LTC grand finals. Like when it comes to the day 2, we're expecting Cosmos to be one of those top 8 players. Now, you're right. Playing against Tink is pretty crazy. So imagine a couple things about this character, which is pretty awesome. You get the ability to pull out bombs. Now, in previous Smash games, pulling out a bomb was a commitment. In this game, very low recovery. You get these bombs out really quickly, so you might expect things like bomb, pull out, boomerang, bomb, and then you follow up with things like forward air, you follow up with nair. So the character can take you to a Hane real quick.
Yeah, the concept basically is using those bombs from afar at first to rack up the percentage, but then playing more of a mid-range whenever you're at those triple digits so you can follow up and close stocks out with the aerials. For Cosmos to find success here, he needs to pressure CiscoKid and prevent him from pulling bombs initially.
Well, the other big thing is that whenever he's dealing with CiscoKid, he needs to bait out use of the grab. The reason being, grab sucks. It's a tether grab, and you don't get much from grabs as Tink. That up B is going to be close to taking it, but good DI. He's holding it together. CiscoKid trying to make sure he can get back onto the stage without getting scathed here.
Yeah,
ooh, the roll. I'm sorry, that roll was sick. Because he knew the side B was coming out from Cosmos and then just said, I'm a dip.
I don't want to deal with it. Cosmos closing it out finally with the up air. And what's worth noting is not how long the stock took, but rather the damage that Cosmos took in that process. I'm so used to seeing players who deal with Toon Link taking so much damage in the opening seconds. But that was a minute and a half with Cisco only putting on less than 30%.
That was a great conversion, though, from Cosmos. He got stage control. He didn't necessarily get a follow-up. It's hard to get one afterwards. But now he gets the best spot. Being above Cosmos is terrifying. The reason being that up air can murder you, and especially if you get the tipper effect. Off of all these piercers, you get an extra 15%. No!
Ooh, and looks like CiscoKid's taking an extra stock. Cosmos overestimating his recovery, goes for the nair. It lasts too long for him to be able to recover properly, but the back air is going to be enough. And just notice the spacing on that. Even though you can give yourself the leeway because of how much range Corrin has, Cosmos goes the extra distance to make sure that all of his attacks are tippered.
Not only that, there's a fun little niche thing that you do. You have a wind box in the back air, so those bombs that were coming at you, even if you whip the back air as the bombs are coming, it would stop the bombs from all their inertia and they'd stop in place.
And on top of that, you get a little bit of that inertia. You move towards, where if your back is to the right, you move a bit towards the left.
Yep, that's correct. So it makes it a little safer.
Nice little poof.
Like so. So we're going to get into game 2. They're sticking with the characters. Battlefield.
And CiscoKid here is hoping for a lot more room to run around, try to escape Cosmos. The issue with this is he's going to find himself trapped on platforms, and Cosmos is going to be using Corrin's insane range to take advantage of those situations.
Because you're seeing Tink doesn't have the best ground speed, he doesn't run that fast. He wants the room to get these bombs out, right? If he can get these bombs out and get the combo game started with the platforms assisting him to continue to staircase them up, it's going to be fantastic.
And don't get me wrong, Tink still does have some pretty amazing mobility overall, and I'm expecting him to use that to try to get around, but like we're seeing right now, Cosmos is doing such a good job of playing at a range where CiscoKid is too nervous to pull out bombs, but Cosmos has no trouble closing out those stocks with those big hits.
And go ahead.
That was about 45 seconds and a stock? Yeah, we'll take it. We'll take it.
That's fair. I think the big thing is that you're right, is that CiscoKid gets more room to run, and then on top of it, Cosmos with Corrin. Corrin doesn't have the best run speed. The thing that she has that's amazing is the fact that you have all this awesome, you Marth in the air. Imagine if you gave Marth's normals, melee Marth normals, all in the air. It's incredible. The things that you get off of this character is absolutely ridiculous.
I mean, ridiculous doesn't even begin to cover it. Just noticing the range, it's making it so tough for CiscoKid to be able to find any breathing room whatsoever to set up his projectile-oriented pressure. He has the percent high, but it's not high enough where he can start looking for some conversions because of his counter pick.
Interesting there. And that moment, we saw that there was a second where they were guessing, okay, is he going to do jumping up to the top platform, or am I going to guess normal get up? So from this position, oh, he made the hop. That's one of the scariest things is after you condition them to think that you're going to use side B and get that piercer out, they hit him with that Dragon Lance, but when you don't do it and you just do the short hop, that's where things get cute. That's when things get fun.
Oh, the bunny hops. The bunny hop mind games, they're way too real.
We're playing Dave Mira over here.
Ooh. And this is the part where CiscoKid, he's going to hope to get a stock. Oh, I thought he had SD'd there, but the kick catches him off guard somehow, preventing him from landing. But Cosmos dropping down with that sweet spot Dragon Lunge. That was decisive.
That, my friend, is one of the scariest things in Cosmos' arsenal. We didn't even touch on this because we didn't get to see it that much, which is the fact that whenever you use any of these piercers, and it has a tipper effect. If you catch them with the tipper, 15% extra comes on every one of those hits, and that is one of the scariest things. 15%. The reason being is when you hit them with this, characters like Fox explode. They will die at 60 because they were just going to go so far out and they're just done. It's over. It's a wrap. Even if you get side B, even if you get up B after side B, you dead.
What's like a non-tipper hit for that? Like,
I don't know.
Because that would be like the difference between like 7 and 22%, which would be insane.
Yeah, it is. It is really insane. The thing is that the non-tippered version, it's still not going to give you as much pushback as you want. The percentage is fine, but the percentage
like
is
50% more knockback is what you're saying then?
15% yeah, you get the percentage because percentage also dictates knockback as well.
Okay.
So